Hello, it is time for a random story. This particular random story is about three mimes. Three mimes who do most tricks differently. First, we have the great Pierre. When Pierre pulls his imaginary rope, he pulls it this way, leaning back and pulling from the side. Next we have Clownicus the Great. He's a little creepy. When he pulls his rope, he pulls it over his shoulder and imagines so very hard that you can actually kind of see it there. Lastly, we have the Great Charlie. The Great Charlie pulls his rope up and down in this manner so the audience can still see his beautiful face. The next trick, we'll start with Pierre the Great. He likes to mimic people doing things like smoking that are very obvious and sometimes embarrass the person he is mimicking. Next, Clownicus likes to mimic people who are doing things that are a little bit unique. For instance, someone who actually found a payphone this day and age. He is able to mimic that pretty easily. Last, Charlie likes to mimic women who are making themselves look beautiful, fluffing their hair, fixing makeup, that kind of thing. He finds it gets the most laughs. So 3 different mimes, 3 different ways of doing the same tricks. Now, when pushing on the imaginary walls or being in the imaginary box, Pierre the Great prefers to push this way, very similar to the way he pulled the rope. Clownicus the Great, again with his amazing imagination, makes it so that you can actually almost see the wall. So this is the way that he does it. Charlie, again, likes to show his face, so he usually shows his box facing the audience. 3 different mimes. Same trick, 3 different ways of doing that trick. The last trick these mimes do is to show their thinking. This is the way that Pierre shows the audience he's thinking. You can see the idea even above his head. Clownicus does this trick very similarly. He also thinks in this manner and raises his finger to show he's got the idea he's been thinking. So 2 mimes, and the 3rd mime, Charlie. Charlie the Great Charlie, also does this the same way because this way people can still see his beautiful face. So these 3 mimes do every trick differently, but it turns out great mimes think alike.